welcome back to another video. Today's video is super exciting. We are going to be doing my first impressions video. I have so much new makeup to test out for you guys. Like, I did damage on Black Friday and I have not touched any of my new stuff, and girl, we're already past Christmas, so it is long overdue. Like, I am itching to get into all these products. Of course, I'm not going to be using everything in today's video, but I feel like we're going to be able to do a decent amount, or rather use a decent amount of products. I do have a healthy mixture of high-end and drugstore products to show you guys in today's video. I didn't have anything new for my eyebrows, so I filled them in prior to filming. I also did prep my eyelids already. I just have on some moisturizer, eye cream, and some lip balm. So yeah, I have so much makeup sitting over here. It's insane. I did a huge haul on Instagram where I actually went in depth and showed every single product. I won't be showing everything in today's video, but I do show a lot on Instagram all the time. So be sure that you go ahead and follow me on Instagram and let's be friends on there. I also wanted to mention the only other two things that won't be first impressions are going to be my setting powder for my foundation and my translucent powder for my concealer. But everything else is going to be first impressions. Keep in mind, this is a first impressions video, so I'm going to tell you guys my first impressions of the product. That does not mean I won't like it in the future when I use it some more. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and before you guys go, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because we're almost at 1,000. I check it every single freaking day, okay? So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like today's video, and without further ado, we're gonna put this hair back and we are going to get into this first impressions. Okay, so for today's first impressions, we are going to be using the KKW and Mario collab. This is their second collab, I believe, and this is called the Artist and Muse. This is what the palette looks like from that collection. It is so beautiful, you guys. Like, this photo right here is just like iconic. I love this. The first color we're going to be jumping into for today's look is this color right here called Don't Move. And we're going to work this color right into our crease. And I'm actually going to use a fluffy brush for that. So I'm actually going to dip right into that color. I'm going to tap off the excess. And we're just going to work this color right into the crease. Okay, so the next shade we're going to be jumping into is this shade right here called I'm Inspired. And we're going to work that into the crease as well. And I'm just going to use that same fluffy brush to apply that right in our crease. This color is actually coming off more brown, I feel. Like in the palette, I mean, it does look kind of brown in the palette, but for me it looks more like a reddish brown. But I feel like on the eyes it's coming off like a more neutral brown, if that makes sense. Like, if I looked at this on the eye and I looked at it in the palette, I would not think that that's the color that that person's wearing on their eyelid. That's the only thing that I see so far, but everything is blending really beautifully, and this is the first time I'm actually trying Kim's formula. I have not tried any of her eyeshadows before, and they're blending really, really nicely, so I'm happy about that. So the next shade we're going to be jumping into is this shade right here called So Many Paparazzi, and I'm actually going to put this color on my brow bone, and I'm going to put it on my lid as well because, like I said before, super simple, super easy. So I'm going to take that on this brush right here. This is actually the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH41 brush. It looks like this. It's amazing for packing eyeshadow on your lid. So we're gonna go ahead and pop on that shade really quickly. With this color, you wanna just put it on almost as if you were cutting your crease, but not doing it with concealer. Instead, you're doing it with eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take that very high here in the inner corner so we can open the eyes. And I'm just going to blend everything together. So not only am I packing on the color, but I'm also moving it side to side to just blend the edges with that lighter shade, if that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So just like this, I'm going to pack on the color first, exactly where I want it. And then we're going to start moving it around as if we were cutting the crease. Of course, you wouldn't cut your crease this fast, but since it's an eyeshadow, it's more forgiving. And we're not looking to go for like that super sharp crease kind of look. This is just more like, this could be even like an everyday makeup look, to be honest. I'm gonna pop that on the brow bone, and mind you, I used the same brush for that. You need another brush for that. I'm actually gonna take a fluffy brush like this one. This is actually another Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush, but this is the JH32 brush. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Look Up, which looks like this right here, and I'm actually going to apply that in the crease as well. I honestly just want to see what that color looks like, so I'm going to just put that right on top of the brown. Because like I said with the other shade, I feel like these colors are a little bit deceiving. Like they look one way in the pan, but they look another way on the eye. I also want to mention to you guys that this palette has a lot of fallout. Let me just show you. So I just dipped my brush in there ever so lightly and all that kick up came up. It could be because the eyeshadows are just really soft. But, you know, it's a first impression, so I want to let you guys know. Okay, so I'm actually going to dip into I'm Inspired one more time. And I'm just putting that on the outer corner here just to give some definition to the eye. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I actually really like this eyeshadow palette. I really like the formula. I feel like it blended really, really well. So as far as this eyeshadow palette, I say it's bomb, girl. Like, it's really, really good. I really liked the way that it looked, and I like the way that it blended. Of course, it's a neutrals palette, so I'm pretty sure you can find these shades in a palette that you already have in your collection. So would I recommend it? Yes, I think the formula is amazing, but if you have something like it, then you can definitely pass. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and my falsies off camera because I don't have any new fake lashes. So I'm going to just use ones that I have already, and then we can finally jump into the face because I'm really excited for the face. I have so much things to show you guys. Okay, so my lashes are on. They're still drying, so don't mind them. I have to just fix the liner on this side a little bit because I like to just cover these lashes. By the way, you know what? Let me just tell you guys where my lashes are from. These lashes are actually Be Bella Cosmetic lashes, and the style that I'm wearing is in the style DollFace. And you guys, I've worn these lashes more than 20 times. I know, it sounds gross, but girl, they're still going strong. They're still super fluffy. The glue is super easy to take off the band, and I love these lashes. So just letting you guys know, I'm actually gonna link them down below if you guys were interested in these lashes. Anyways, like I said, they're drying, so if you see any glue up there, just please ignore it for now. We're gonna move on to primer. So I have quite a few primers here in front of me. The first primer that I have here is the Kylie Illuminating Face Primer. This is what the primer looks like. I wanna say all of these are gonna be hydrating primers. I have really dry skin, especially for the season. My skin has been going bonkers lately. It's super, super dry, so I've just been looking for primers that are going to help me with hydration. So I have either the Kylie primer, I also have the Morphe foundation primer. This one just says Revitalizer. It looks like this. I also have the Smashbox primer oil, which is a cult favorite for some people. I've actually never tried this. Also, I have the Pretty Fresh ColourPop Hyaluronic Acid primer, which looks like this. I have not tried this baby either. And I also have this one here, which I think I'm going to use this one for today's video because I'm so excited to try this primer, you guys. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. So you guys know that e.l.f. had launched their putty primer. It actually was supposed to be the dupe, well actually it kind of is, the dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is like a $54 or $56 primer. It's crazy, you guys. Like, I've never bought the full size because I'm like, that is a lot of money for a primer. I have the little small one, like the travel size of that primer, and to be honest, this works exactly the same. It is so, so good. But they came out with new formulas. So they have this one, which is going to be the hydrating, illuminating one, and then they brought out a matte version. So I'm really excited to try this primer. You guys have no idea. So I think I'm going to do this one. It says Luminous Putty Primer, Universal Glow, infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen. I'm going to jump into this primer. Let's open this baby up and see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so this is what the primer looks like. It's just like a solid, it actually looks like, you know, like the Beauty Blender solid cleanser, like a solid soap or something, but it's not. It looks like this. The original one has like a light pink tint to it. This one is a yellow tint, so I wonder why the color. It doesn't say, but the claims of the primer is, it says, this luminous blurring putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin to smooth over imperfections and adds a soft glow. Infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen to help plump the skin and keep it fresh and hydrated. So honey, we need all the hydration we can get over here. So I'm just gonna like dig my nail in there, and I took about that much, if you guys can see. And I'm just gonna apply that with my fingers. So like I mentioned before, my skin was already moisturized and washed. It doesn't have any smell. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, this has glitter in it. Yeah, it definitely has like shimmer in there, which I feel like It's not glitter, I'm sorry, I said glitter before. It's definitely shimmer, but I feel like a lot of illuminating primers do have like small specks of glitter in them. I don't mind it, to be honest. I'm gonna just put that here. Actually, we're gonna be using 2 primers today. So since that's a pore primer, I'm gonna just use that here in this section. I put it on my nose and on my chin. And then for the rest of the face, let's go in with another primer. Why not? Let's try to use as much things as we can. So for all over the face, I'm actually gonna go in with the Morphe primer. I'm gonna take this primer and put it everywhere else. So here's what the Morphe one looks like. It's just in a black squeeze tube. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so the skin is looking good. That's the primers. So as far as the pore primer from e.l.f., the only thing I would just want to let you guys know is that it does have some shimmer in there. So when you put it on the skin, you will see specks of shimmer. So if you guys don't like shimmer on your face, you won't like that primer. But it does feel really, really good on the skin, and it definitely blurs the skin. So I'm really excited to see how my foundation is going to lay on top of that. As far as the Morphe one, this one felt really nice too. This one feels almost like you're putting on a second moisturizer on the skin, and I love that feeling. One of my favorite primers is actually the Hangover primer from Too Faced, and this feels identical, and it's probably like half the price. So we're gonna move on to foundation. So I have 2 new foundations. So the first one is actually the Dose of Colors foundation. This is what the box looks like. This is their Meet Your Hue foundation. I have been wanting to try this foundation for a hot minute, you guys. I did get a few shades because I wasn't sure which shade I was gonna be, and you can't get this foundation in stores, so you have to order online, and I didn't know what shade I was, so I did end up picking up the shades 113 and 116. So those are 2 colors that I picked up in that foundation. But we also have another option, which is an exciting option. We also have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and this is actually a dewy formula. So this is what the packaging looks like. It looks just like the original packaging, but it's a different formula. So this is a dewy foundation. The Dose of Color is a matte finish. So because my skin has been so dry lately, I'm actually gonna go in with the dewy one from Wet n Wild, and I feel like a lot of people are going to want to see how this looks on the skin. So when I purchased the Dose of Colors foundation, I also picked up their Seamless Beauty Sponge. Everyone was talking about this sponge when it came out. It was like an amazing sponge. Everyone loved it. The shape is very unique. So this is what the sponge looks like. It's just like a teardrop shape, and I'm actually really excited to try this. So I'm going to go ahead and go wet this really quickly, and then we're going to jump into applying the Wet n Wild foundation. Okay, so I went ahead and wet the Dose of Color sponge. It actually didn't get any bigger, I feel like. it looks the same, to be honest. I don't know. Let's actually compare it because I have another one. Don't ask why, but let's actually compare it and see if it got any bigger. Okay, so clearly I'm insane because clearly it did get bigger. This is a brand new one in the packaging, and this is one that's damp and ready to use. So it did get quite bigger than it being dried. It feels really nice. It feels really, really soft, so I'm really excited to use it, and I'm excited to see how that pointed like teardrop shape at the top is going to fit right in here when it's time to do concealer. So moving on, we're going to jump into a foundation. So like I told you guys, we're going to try out the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, but their dewy formula. Really excited for this, and I'm going to actually try it in the shade Soft Beige. So let's see how this color is going to look. I hope it matches. I wonder if it smells. Oh my god. It actually doesn't smell like the other one. The other one has a really, really strong scent. I think that color is going to be okay. Okay. I'm just going to apply this to the skin. So it definitely has coverage, which is nice. So here's what the skin is looking like. It definitely has that beautiful dewy glow to it. Wow, that looks really nice actually. I would say it's medium coverage. I would not say it's full coverage at all. I would say light to medium. I'm going to put on another layer even though I don't like to wear too much foundation, but for the sake of the video, we're going to put a little bit more. I just want to see if it's going to be buildable. Okay, yeah, that looks beautiful. That looks really, really good. Another layer definitely brings it up to full coverage for sure. You can't see any of my skin peeking through. It just looks airbrushed. It looks really nice and dewy. My skin just looks nice and healthy, but it doesn't look greasy and oily, if that makes sense. It gives you like a nice healthy glow to the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation to the rest of my face, and then we will move on. Okay, so now that I look absolutely insane because all I'm wearing is foundation, this is the finish. It looks so beautiful. It has really great coverage. I put on 2 layers of foundation for the sake of the video so that we can see how much we can build it up. And to be honest, it looks really, really good. Everything looks so smooth. I don't know if it's because of the e.l.f. primer, but my skin is looking fabulous. As far as the sponge, it's a nice sponge, but I much rather prefer either the Beauty Blender or the Wet n Wild sponge, even though this one's pretty nice. I'm still going to use it to do my concealer for this video, but it was nice. It's not super, super soft, but it's not too dense either, so it's definitely better than a Real Technique sponge, but I wouldn't say it's, you know, head to head with the Beauty Blender, to be honest. So I did like it. I am going to continue using it because I do have another one, but first impressions, it's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna try the KKW concealers for today's first impressions because I'm really excited about those and I wanna see how it's gonna look on my skin. Okay, so here are the KKW concealers. I did get the shades 5 and 7. I did also pick these online because of course you can only get her concealers online. She is sold at Ulta Beauty, but her concealers are not, so you do have to order them online, and picking your shade for complexion online is really hard. So I ended up getting 2. I got number 7, which looks like this. You can't really see it too well through the packaging, but I also got shade 5, which looks like this. So I'm first gonna go in with the shade number 5 and see if that'll work on its own. So it has a really nice doe foot applicator. Looks really nice. This looks really yellow, to be honest, but let's see. Yeah, I definitely could have went lighter than this. Oh, girl. Okay, so number 7 definitely will not work for me and never will. So number 7 is a no-go. I'm definitely gonna give that away. But we're gonna just blend out number 5 and see how it looks. Okay, so this sponge definitely makes it really easy to blend under your eye, and this concealer looks airbrushed. Like, it's so easy to blend. I really wish that I got a lighter shade. I'm most likely gonna go on her website and order a lighter shade because it looks so nice. I just wish that I got a lighter shade. It doesn't look super bad, but I like to be a little bit more highlighted than that under my eye. But you guys, it's blending so well. Usually it takes me a little while, even with my Jouer concealer that you guys know I swear by, that takes me a little while to blend out. This is just like, that's it. It's blended. You can just set it and go. So I really, really like that. Okay, so I quickly went ahead and bronzed my skin. I actually used my Too Faced bronzer in Sweet Tea. This is their Sweetheart bronzer. I've been obsessed with this bronzer. It's really, really nice. It has 2 sides to it, so a light side and a dark side. And it just gives you beautiful luminosity to the skin. It does have a little bit of shimmer, but nothing that's too crazy. So I really, really love this bronzer. So that is not a first impressions. I've been using this for a while and I love it, in case you guys want to know which bronzer I used. So moving on, I'm actually going to jump into a luminous, kind of like a powder that's supposed to make you glow from within. And with that description, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. We are going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Luminous Powder. And I did get 2 shades. I got the shades Carrot and I got the shade Brighten Up. I'm so excited to try this. You guys have no idea. So I was waiting to open this for this video. So here's what the package looks like. It's so sleek. So pretty. I mean, it's Jaclyn, so of course it's going to be very fancy and bougie. I love it. So I'm going to use this basically she said that this is supposed to be like a powder to help you look like you're glowing from within. So I'm going to put it on the cheekbones. I'm going to put it on my nose. I feel like this is going to be like the Laura Mercier translucent glow powder. Like, you know, she has a translucent one. But then there's like a translucent glow. I feel like that's what this is going to be like. Okay, so I just realized that my camera actually shut off because it ran out of memory right before I was going to apply the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. So I did go ahead and apply that to the skin, but I also applied my blush and I used the Essence Matte Blush. This is in Peach Me Up and I love it. It's very, very soft. It's very pretty. Here's what the color looks like. It's a nice peachy blush and not too overpowering, but it looks beautiful on the skin. And then I did go in with the Makeup Revolution highlighter palette. Here's what it looks like. And I went ahead and used this gold shade right here. And I am impressed. It was so beautiful. And first impressions, I actually got these at Ulta on clearance for $7. So worth the money, for sure. So that's what I'm wearing as far as highlighter. I do want to apply another highlighter to the skin as well, though. I know it's a lot of highlight, but I just want to get to try as many things as possible in today's video. So we're gonna apply the e.l.f. Nabala or Nabella. I'm not sure how to say her name. I apologize. This is the Gleaming Loose Highlighter. This is the highlighter that she came out with. She actually came out with an entire collection with e.l.f. Cosmetics, but according to everyone on Instagram, this highlighter is amazing. So I want to go ahead and apply this as well. Okay, so I just took a little bit of the highlighter right into the cap because I don't want to apply too much. I'm not sure how pigmented it is. And I'm going to take my Anastasia highlighting brush. Again, the same one that we used for the Makeup Revolution palette, which is the Anastasia A23 brush. It looks like this in case you guys have not seen it before. And I'm just going to swirl it in the cap and then we're going to apply that to the cheekbones. So let's see. Wow, that is beautiful. What? Okay, e.l.f. Wow. Okay. First impressions, this is fucking bomb. Okay, so yes, like 100 times yes to the e.l.f. and Nabala. I hope I'm saying that right. The e.l.f. and Nabala collab, their loose highlighter. Bomb. This is amazing. I definitely already first impressions know that I love this highlighter, so if you can still get your hands on this, I would definitely say get your hands on it. It's bomb. This loose highlighter actually reminds me of the Artist Couture loose highlighters, and this shade is literally identical to the shade Illuminati from Artist Couture. So I really love the way that this look, and this just took my highlight to a whole nother level. We're gonna go back into the KKW and Mario Artist and Muse palette. The first shade I'm gonna go into is the shade Don't Move, so that same like light brown color. And I'm gonna actually take that on this brush right here. This is the Morphe E36 brush. It looks like this. It's just a tiny fluffy brush and super simple, you guys. I'm gonna dip into that brown shade, tap off the excess, and we are just going to put this right on the lower lash line like so. I'm also going to go ahead and take the shade I'm Inspired, which is the other shade that we used in this look, which is this one right here, and I'm going to take that on a flat definer brush, something just like this, and this actually has some shadow on it. It looks like it, but we're going to use it anyway. So I'm going to dip into that I'm Inspired shade, and this is the color that you want to keep the closest to the lash line. So just be really careful with this. You don't want to blend it out too much. So I'm just actually going to stamp this right under the lashes, like so. This is just going to give some more definition to the lash line, and just make everything look nice and smoky without using a super dark color. Just like that. See, that made like the biggest difference. So this is one eye with the I'm Inspired, like the deeper brown on the lash line, and then this is the other eye with just the lighter brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the other side as well. All I'm gonna do now is just take some mascara and put it on my lower lashes, and then we're gonna move on to the lips, and then we'll be all complete with this first impressions. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my lower lash mascara. I just used my usual NARS Climax mascara because that's what I had in front of me, and that's pretty much it for the face. We're gonna move on to the lips. Okay, so the first thing that I got is the lip liner. This is what the lip liner looks like right here in the shade Beauty Icon. To show you guys the packaging. I love that they kept everything like that beautiful gray color. I really love it. Okay, so that's the lip liner applied, and I also always like to kind of fill in my lips a little bit with the lip liner. So now we're going to go into the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Nude Mood. The lip liner was really nice. I've tried her lip liners before. They're nice and creamy. They're not too rough to where they're going to like scratch your lip while you're applying it, but they're also not too creamy to where if you put too much pressure, it's going to break off. So it's like a nice mixture. It's nice and in between. So I really love the formula of her lip liners actually. And then I'm just going to go in with this liquid lipstick, which I've tried Dose of Colors formula before. They're actually one of my favorite formulas for liquid lipsticks. They're not dry at all, and they stay on all day, like all day. Okay, so this color is pretty. It's definitely not what I'm used to. I'm used to more of like a pale nude. But I can work with this. It's not bad. Okay, so here's the liquid lipstick. It's a little more, I don't know, pink than I typically go for. I mean, it looks really pink on camera. It is a super pretty color, but I do feel like it's a little too overpowering for the eye look. I feel like we need something more neutral. However, This is the first impressions. I do like the color. I just don't feel like I would wear it with this eye look. So I'm going to just take the lip liner and just define my lips a little bit more. Okay, we're also going to go in with the gloss now. So, sorry, I just made so much noise. I don't know if I should go in with the peachy gloss from the Mario and Kim collection, or if I should go in with this gloss here that I got from Dose of Colors in the shade Can You Not, which is like a super neutral gloss. Here's what the Dose of Color one looks like. It's very, very neutral. I think I'm gonna go in with this one, but I really want to use the Kim Kardashian one. You know what? I'm just gonna go in with the Kim Kardashian one. It's a first impressions. This is what first impressions are about. I'm just gonna apply it. We're just gonna wing it. And I'm not gonna go through the nude route as always. So let's apply this. This is actually prettier than I thought it was gonna be. So the lip color is really pretty. I did put the KKW and Mario lip liner. We put Nude Mood, and then we went in with the peachy lip gloss that came with the collection as well. So the lip color is pretty. It's definitely different. I'm used to wearing a really like a super, super nude color. But I think it looks really pretty. So the last step, of course, is setting spray. Setting spray I'm going to be using for today's first impressions is the Kylie Illuminating Setting Spray. Here's what the packaging looks like. So beautiful. This is also another product from her holiday collection. You guys, look at the inside of the box. Like, she thinks of everything. I love it. So I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit, and here's what the bottle looks like. Super Christmassy. I actually love the shade of this red. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna spray it to make sure you guys know how we do over here. You guys, did you just see how fine that was? Like, okay. So we're gonna apply this to the face. That smells really good too. Oh, that did give us a nice glow. Okay, Kylie. Wow. I'm impressed with that spray. Really impressed. That was everything for today's first impressions. That was quite a bit of stuff, a lot of stuff to fit into one video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm pretty sure you guys will see all the rest of the things that I purchased in future videos. So this was everything that I was able to fit into today's video. There's still a lot more to come. If you guys could see the mess in front of me, it is insane right now, but so worth it. I really actually love the way this look came out. I'm actually really feeling that KKW and Mario palette. The gloss is really beautiful. It's not sticky. It's not getting on my teeth, which is always an A++ because gloss gets on my teeth no matter which gloss it is. So it hasn't gotten on my teeth yet. So I love that. The setting spray was really nice too. I love the scent and I love the mist on it. As far as the primers, I do have to try the e.l.f. primer a little bit more to see how I'm gonna like it. But the Morphe primer was a go for me. I really like the way that primer looks. What else did we use? The KKW concealer was phenomenal. It blended so beautifully and so quickly, like I told you guys in the video. Usually it takes me a little longer to blend out my concealer, but this concealer was bomb. I just have to go on her website and order a lighter shade because my shades that I got were too dark, but I will definitely do that. So I love that concealer. What else? The foundation, the Photo Focus foundation from Wet n Wild, the dewy formula. Amazing. My skin looks beautiful. The coverage is bomb. It blended like a dream and I highly recommend it. I found mine at Walgreens, so if you guys were interested, check out your local Walgreens. They might have it. And I think that was everything. Oh, also the e.l.f. highlighter. Don't forget about the e.l.f. highlighter. It's freaking amazing. Like, bomb. This is so good. And I think it's only like $8 on the e.l.f. website. That's where I got mine. So if you guys were looking for a bomb loose highlighter, definitely check out e.l.f. because this highlighter is beautiful. I also know that this is a collab, so just make sure you get your hands on it before you can't get your hands on it anymore. So that was pretty much everything. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun filming my first impressions for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!